Fellas, what's going on? Meat Fueled Mass here. I want to talk to y'all about this whole New Year thing. I know as someone who just loves to go to the gym, I know that next week there are going to be a bunch of people there because they've made it their New Year's resolution to go to the gym. And it's just sad because there's nobody there this week. There's a bajillion people there next week. And then there's nobody there once again. Maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks after the new year. But eventually it just goes back to zero. And when I think of this, I don't think of myself from a training perspective because I lifted for years on end with no gains whatsoever because I kept trying things over and over again off of the internet. I kept trying this program, that program, failing at every single one of them. But when it comes to diet, I definitely think of these folks in the gym that I see. Because just like how a lot of these folks show up to the gym, they're like, oh, now I'm gonna take this seriously. I'm gonna do what I have to do. I'm gonna make going to the gym a habit because right now I just sit at home and I just, gratify myself. I don't, do anything hard in my life. I know I need to change that. Let me make this year the year that I change that. Make this year the time that I finally get my shit together. That's an awful mindset. But I unfortunately had that with a lot of my past issues from a diet perspective and from a mindset standpoint, right? When I was severely overweight, first of all, I didn't know what humans were meant to consume. I didn't know that we were people with acidic stomachs. I didn't know that we are carnivorous by nature. And if you don't agree with that, you need to watch all my other videos. But the thing here is that I was quite like these people that you see in the gym because I sat around and I said, I have these autoimmune issues, these gut issues. Today I'm going to do something about it. Today I'm going to talk to this doctor. Today I'm going to try this probiotic, pill. Today I'm going to try this. Today I'm going to try that. Today I'm going to try, I remember sleeping on my left side because that will help my gut issue. Today I'll try this acne, cream. Today I'll try, every single one of those. Today I will try this. Or in this case, this year I will try this and make this goal. Every single time I did that without any degree of a system to keep myself accountable, I failed every single time because that system wasn't something sustainable. If something isn't sustainable, you're not going to be consistent with it. Whether that be, instead of actually putting in the work, nothing crazy in terms of workouts, but not doing something thought out rather than just, I'm just going to go to the gym, do some weights. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm not tracking my progression each day, each week. I'm going to go walk on the treadmill, which is just a torture device, as you guys know. But the issue is that I didn't become the person that I am now until I went in with research and a plan. I obsessed over stuff about diet to the point where I spent years being on the macro and calorie counting train. I spent years being on, the kind of make sure you get plenty and plenty of carbs train. And it took me so long to absorb and learn and trial and error for myself all the carnivore stuff so that I didn't get the side effects that Joe Rogan talks about and all that garbage. But my point here is that what these people are missing is the ability to go through that period of not knowing what in the world they're doing. Because for me, that period of not knowing what in the world I was doing took up a majority of my young adult life. It took me almost a decade to do trial and error. Try this, didn't work. Try this, didn't work. And that went on for years. And I looked exactly the same. I looked like garbage. I felt like garbage. And I didn't see any fruits of my labor. And unfortunately, that's going to be the case for a lot of these people. They're going to go into the gym. They're going to do an hour of boring cardio, maybe just 30 minutes of it. Maybe they're going to go do some weights. Like I said, they're not tracking. They're not figuring out exactly what they have to do each day of the week. And that's not going to yield them any results. They're just going to be uncomfortable. They're not going to like sitting on those torture device cardio machines. And they're going to be like, man, screw this. I don't want to do this. That's why my life, my health, my autoimmune stuff, none of that went away until I found something that didn't feel like garbage. I could eat until I was completely full. As much fatty meat, delicious fatty meat as I wanted, whenever I wanted. Of course, we manipulate that when trying to get someone ready for priming and fasting stage. It's not so simple. But my point is that I was never in a deprived state. These people there, these resolutioners, they're going to starve themselves with, the chicken salad or whatever stuff. I don't know what people eat nowadays. But they're going to do something that is destined to fail simply because it's not sustainable. And people look at carnivore and they're like, oh, that's not sustainable. Really? What's not sustainable about loving every single meal? Every single meal tastes so freaking great because your taste buds have just been rewired to want what our species ate for millennia, right? So that's what I'm trying to say, is that the key to being a successful resolutioner, I should say, and not being one of the millions of people that will show up to gyms in a week from now and no longer be there and just waste their time. The difference is whether or not they have planned for sustainability. The only way that you can be consistent is to have something that you know is sustainable, not something that's overboard, doesn't involve hours of cardio, doesn't involve restricting yourself to the point where you're hungry all the time. You don't want that. You don't want that at all. You want to be hungry in other areas of your life for success, to get the life that you want, to serve the people that you love, but not the hunger of, I need to wait until noon to track my next 300 calories. You don't need that stuff. You don't. It is much simpler than that. Train and eat the way that our species is designed to. Watch my videos here on YouTube, on Instagram. Learn what I am talking about. And if you want to transform, if you want step-by-step guidance so that you don't waste your time, DM me on Instagram, book a call with me. Let's get started. Let's get you moving. Let's make sure that you end up a successful resolutioner. Okay? So don't be part of that crowd. Tap in. Train and eat the way that we are designed to. Watch all my stuff just so that you can understand what I mean by all this stuff, because it's a lot more than just steak and, having a six-pack. It changes everything. So, Jesus is King. Merry Christmas. I believe this will be uploading on Christmas. And I will see y'all soon. Hope y'all got some value from this. Peace.